I just filmed an entire book haul and accidentally deleted the whole thing. I'm a little mad. We're gonna try this book haul again and go through the entire thing again because I am determined to film this. So let's jump right back into it. I have a book haul for you. Okay, I'm so mad at myself right now. My card stopped recording because it had insufficient space, and I accidentally deleted my book haul when I was trying to delete other footage on it, and I'm mad. But let's get right into it. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Now my brain's like frazzled. Okay, anyways, so a few months ago, I got Outlander for $1 at a secondhand shop. And this is on my TBR, but it's not at the top. It's just kind of if I ever feel like getting around to it. I'm a casual fan of the show, and I kind of skip around on the show because there's a couple plot lines that like I really don't care about. Like I really do not care about the second season much at all. The second season they're in France and it's about the Jacobite rebellion, and I just couldn't care less about that plot line. Like I really couldn't care less, but I have to watch it because like I have to know what happens before the third season. Anyways, so I got the book a few months ago at the store at a local secondhand bookshop, which is like one of my favorite shops, and I read the book and it was amazing. And the first season is fantastically loyal to the book. I mean, there's a couple changes. Obviously, there has to be changes between book to screen. But this is so good. And I didn't really get around to the second book yet. I read this back in like early summer. But there was other books and stuff that I wanted to read first. So I went to the library yesterday and they had all of the Outlander books, so I grabbed the second one, which is A Dragonfly in Amber, to read it. But then, what I'm really excited about is my mom and I went thrift shopping yesterday, and look what I found! For 54 cents. Guys, this is a first edition book. For 54 cents. It's the original cover art. Look at this. I don't know if it's a first printing. I do know that it's a first edition, but I can't tell. I'm gonna have to. I haven't had time to really look into it if it's a first printing, but it's definitely a first edition. So I'm very excited. It's a little worn. There's a little like coffee stain here, and as you can see, like the cover is a little bent. But other than that, it's in pretty good condition. There's no writing in it at all. None of the pages are really bent. The spine's not too broken. I mean, for being a book that's, oh gosh, over 20 years old. I can't do math. That's like 27 years old, I think. This is in really good shape for a book that's almost as old as I am. So I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to return the library copy today and use this copy to read. I know they don't match, but I kind of like that they don't match because I found these at thrift stores, like, and I wasn't even looking for them. So that's kind of like a cool story. If I find the third one, cool. I might just see if I can find a third one secondhand or something. I don't know. But it's kind of fun hunting and finding these versions of Outlander because apparently I'm collecting them now. I've decided. Because, I mean, I have the first two. Why not just get the rest of the series at this point? So, and I know I just said that, like, I really couldn't care about the second season plotline or the second book plotline where they're in France and stuff, but it'll probably honestly be easier for me to read than, like, watch. But I have to read that second book to get to the third book. The next book I got is the Book of Magic, which is a bunch of short stories about witches and sorcerers and mages in high fantasy. There's stories by George R.R. Martin, Scott Lynch, Tim Powers, Rachel Pollock, Andy Duncan. I'm very excited about this. It says, for every Frodo there is a Gandalf and a Saruman. For every Dorothy, a Glinda, and a Wicked Witch. What would Harry Potter be without Albus Dumbledore and Severus Snape? This is right up my alley. I'm very excited about this book. It's called The Book of Magic. I'm so excited to get to this. The next book is a fairy tale retelling. It's called Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. This is written about one of Cinderella's stepsisters. The back says, "Don't just fracture the fairy tale, shatter it." Look how gorgeous this is. Let me read you the first paragraph because this is what hooked me. Isabel should be blissfully happy. She's about to win the handsome prince. Except Isabel isn't the beautiful girl who lost the glass slipper and captured the prince's heart. She's the ugly stepsister who cut off her toes to fit into Cinderella's shoe, which is now filling with blood. Hello, this sounds amazing. I'm very excited about this. The next book, I've already started this. I'm 90 pages in, and it's called The Black Witch by Laurie Frost. This one is about a girl whose grandmother was like the most powerful witch ever, basically, who saved their whole race of people, and she was basically badass extraordinaire. And the girl is going to university, and she gets swept up into politics, and she was raised like out in the middle of nowhere, so she's kind of really naive, and then she's thrown into like the city where she learns about all kinds of like there's prejudice and racism and politics and the shady side of politics, and I'm very, very excited about this. And of course it's high fantasy, there's magic, and I can see a lot of the folklore that inspired this world. It's wonderful. I'm having so much fun reading it so far. I haven't really been able to put it down. I've unfortunately had to put it down because I've had a lot to do, like go get my oil change and all this adult boring stuff, so. But I'll probably finish this within the next, like, 2 or 3 days. I found Anti-Darken by Kirsten White at Ollie's Bargain Market for, like, $2 a few weeks ago. So I had to grab it. I have Kirsten's Guinevere Deception book on pre-order. That comes out, I think, like, late November, early December. But, I mean, it's about Guinevere, so I have to have it. Like, I have to have it. So I'm excited to read this one. This one's not too far on my TBR right now because I want to get through all the library books first because I own this one and the library books are due back in a few weeks. And then I got a couple books for my birthday from my friend Natalie. The first one is The Ring and the Crown by Melissa de la Cruz. This one seems very fun. It seems like a younger young adult series, or a more towards like preteens. Ooh, excuse me. But it sounds fun. You know, there's social climbing Americans, there's London, there's balls set in London, there's a mage, a princess. I mean, come on. It's right up my alley, so it sounds fun. Although I did notice that on Goodreads, a lot of the reviews said that the back blurb has nothing to do with the book, with like what's actually written in the book. So, not sure what's going on there, but I'll read it and find out what's happening. And then the next book she got me is Merlin's Book of Magic and Enchantment, and this is basically Merlin's diary of his life, and it's wonderful and beautiful, and the art is just gorgeous. I mean, it's amazing, and I love it, and I've already started to like tab it off. And I'm still working through Lancelot by Giles Christian. It's not bad. Like, it's really good. I just prefer faster paced novels, and this one's very character driven, and I am 153 pages in, and maybe like 3 weeks has passed, and he's still 8 years old. So like, and it goes through his whole life, so it's just very, very slow. So I really have to be in the mood to read this. So it's just taken me a while. Like, I've had it since like spring, so Yeah, but is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. That's my current TBR list and my book haul right now. Sorry if I rushed through it, because this is like the third attempt at filming this darn thing. But, yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to my fall TBR. I have a ton more on request at my library. When I went to the library yesterday, they didn't have a lot of them at that branch, so I had to request to get them sent in from the other branches. So let me know what you're reading this fall. Do you read fall themed books in the fall, or do you just kind of read whatever? I try to read fall themed books in the fall because it's more fun to read about like witches and magic and fantasy kind of in the fall. So let me know what you're reading down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Like and subscribe if you want, and thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.